Hello and welcome back to Purbeck Farm 22 for episode 27. We're into the 1st November. It's been a bit of a while since I recorded just because the beginning of the school holidays has been really difficult. And a couple of things have changed in the time that we have. So we'll go through them in a second. I'm just going to get this filled up with canola because November is the best price for canola. I'm just going to have a look quickly to see where that best price is. If it's Mole Valley, I'll just take it there. All in one production. No, that's ours. So Gateway is better, but Mole Valley is literally just down the road, and for the difference, we will take it there. How many loads have we got? So we've got another load after this. Right, so we will talk while we cart. So basically, the plan for this series was to do another full... Am I going to get around there? Nope. To do another full season, to get everything planted, which I started doing, didn't I? In the last, it might be in the last episode or the episode before, I think it was the last one. We got, oh my god. Let's get this off. Right, now let's try not to crash. Right, yeah, so in the last one I think we planted the canola fields, wasn't ready for next season. What's happening more and more, and I think I've mentioned it in previous episodes as well, the map creator brought an update out for Purbeck weeks and weeks ago, like it might maybe been about 2 months ago. I've never been able to update the map. It doesn't let us, so it always shows up in my updates, but it just says update failed anytime I try to do it. I don't know if other people have had that issue as well, but I can't do it. Like, it just will not let us. It doesn't matter what I do, it won't let us update the map. And the map seems to be sort of degrading a bit as well, so when I come onto the map, sometimes there'll be just lines across the map in random places, just white lines, sometimes black lines, but mostly white lines. I'm trying to look if there's any. There's normally one right next to the farm. I say normally, when they do appear, there's one right near the farm. Right. And then I had an issue when I was prepping for this. I was doing some prep work on here yesterday, and things like trailers weren't filling. What was the forage wagon wasn't filling with grass. I mean, it was filling, but it wasn't showing. 80,000 per load. Love that. 87,000. Sorry, once you put the environmental score in, which ours is quite high at the minute. Yeah, so there's little things, and every time I save to come off the map as well, it crashes. So it'll save, no bother, but then it won't go back to the home screen. It'll go into like a crash screen. If it's like something off, God, I remember I used to have a Spectrum when I was younger, and if that crashed and the screen just went all funny, it's sort of very similar to that. So I have to completely close the game down, like sort of force close it down, and then come back into it. And I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, all these issues are getting worse as well. So whether it is just because I can't, for whatever reason, I can't update the map, it's starting to cause a lot of issues. So what we're going to do is we're just not going to get that final season in. We're going to sell everything we have in this season. So over the course of the next 3 months, we'll probably have, oh my god, come on, it's awful when you having to come in from the Mole Valley side where we having to come. It's absolutely awful, and especially when I'm gassing as well. We're going to sell everything we've got. We'll probably do it in less time than this manoeuvre's taken us. We'll probably do it in 2 episodes, I would have thought, because we've got the crops here, we've got the cereal, we've got, what else we got? We've got the milk, we've got our silage, which is a big one, which I think silage is maybe December time. think. January. So that's January. The corn is December. Barley is December as well. The milk I'm not fussed about. I'll just sell the milk as and when. Same with the cereal, because I don't think the cereal, I think we're out of date for the cereal as well. But I'll have a look. But yeah, it's a shame we're going to have to end early. I'd planned to get maybe around about 50 episodes in. However, just with the way it is, unless I can update the map, and then I just can't, then that's us done, unfortunately. I mean, we've only just got the hops productions going as well, and them hops, it's the hops pellets, they're going to make us an absolute fortune. I mean, it costs quite a lot to set up, but with what they're producing, yeah, they're going to make us a fortune. I'm going to have to have a look to see if their price changes. If it does, I'm not sure. I don't think it changes overly much. I think we've got another, there's about another 10,000 litres to bring after this one. It might be that we don't end up doing much more in November, we just rattle through into December. I know there's some, we can get a third cut of grass on at least one of our fields. It's not fully grown, I don't think, but it's there anyway. We're not going to bother. Right, let's start now. I wonder if we could get it all done in just today. That might be interesting. What I'm going to do, to try to achieve that, I'm going to quickly get that third load of canola sold. Right, the canola was sold. We got just under 200 grand for that canola, which is absolutely fantastic. The thing that we're going to do now is, so we into December. Let's just go around to the gate. I was going to try to manoeuvre into that bit there, but I don't think we will. Let's get round here. The thing we need to do is we need to sell our silage, and we've got 100. Ah, do you know what I've done? I haven't covered one of them. I'm gonna have to do that now. I don't think I'll have time to do it. Let's just park there for a second. Do we need to unload this? Switch it on. Let's get the menu one. Unload bales. Okie doke. Right. Switch that off. I don't think it's 100% done either. Can I jump over into there? No. I'll jump over this fence here. 99. Just before we go any further, because it might be that I'll be able to jump through into, will it be ready by January possibly? Right, come on, we just need 1%. It's nearly 300,000 litres worth of silage here. There we go. Cover that. Right, that's going to start fermenting. So there's 300,000 litres in there, just about. There's another 568,000. Let's get that menu off. In there. So I mean that's going to be a lot of carton, isn't it? And I've got these here as well, which I think to auto load, which is what we're going to do, we need to why is it not letting us open them? Is that not a thing anymore? Just come. Is this going to be as a result of? You used to be able to open the bales, didn't you, or unwrap the bales? I'm not going to be able to do that now. Them bales aren't supported, which I knew because you used to just be able to unwrap them and they would come on. I don't understand. I'll quickly go and get the telehandler. How am I supposed to sell them? If they're all wrapped together and I can't unwrap them, then how am I supposed to sell them? Right, here we go. I'll just keep that menu on for now because I want to see if something changes. It's not a bad shot, is it? Right, can I pick these up? No. Right, seriously? How am I now meant to... Is it because this is still in range or something? Do I have to maybe do it from the end? I don't get it. It's like the... Right, I don't know what to do here. Normally, it would say unwrap, wouldn't it? However, it's not. And I don't think I can now pick them up. I'm gonna see what we can do, and I'll come back. Right, the only thing I can think of is it's not letting us cut them open because the very end one, because I didn't technically finish, I didn't wrap the end one, that's still showing as grass and only 1% fermented, which isn't ideal. But we'll just have to get over it. We'll let that end one ferment. It just means that those won't be sold at pig price, but I mean there shouldn't be much of a difference anyway. What else have we got? Did we say the corn? So the wheat, Mole Valley again, and the corn, Mole Valley is actually the best price. 147. We'll leave the corn until the next month. Let's get this barley sold. And then we can start on the... Once we sell this, we'll start on the pit of silage. All 500 and odd thousand litres of it. Right, so this will be another 30 odd grand. I hope with them bales it is just that. I forgot to wrap the end one, and then we'll be able to open it once it's fermented, because there's going to be a lot of cash in them bales. I'm emptying this because we need this for the loose silage. Come on. See, all this as well, like on the dash, stuff like this wasn't happening before. Just things have really started to be highlighted over the last few weeks. It's such a good map. I love this map. Absolutely adore it. We were going to be one of our big grass fields that we've just drove past, actually. Well, I say it isn't one of our big grass fields, but one of our grass fields. We were going to be ploughing that up and making that into a arable field. $33. Right, I'm going to start filling this up with silage. We'll come back for the first load, and then we'll probably just skip after that as I do load after load. Right, we almost have our first full load. This is so slow. If you remember, right, I don't even know what episode it was. We were really early though. We bought some conveyors, didn't we? Conveyor belts to do this, because I previously did that in other Let's Plays, most notably on Jack Pine, where all the silage was just picked up and put on conveyor belts straight into the trailer, which I really like. It's a really efficient way of getting all your product into a trailer fast and without all this. But if you can remember, as soon as we put not the conveyor, the one that picks it up, I can't remember what you call it, the picker upper. As soon as we put that in, most of the silage disappeared, didn't it? It just literally disappeared, and we never got that silage back. Like hundreds of thousands of litres went. So that's why we don't have the conveyors anymore, and why I'm doing it manually like this. Hopefully, is this the last one? Yeah, it is. Keep that there. Get this switched on, and we'll see what we get. What we'll do is we'll drive down. We'll see how much we get. I think it's going to be pretty much half, isn't it? So probably just under 20,000 maybe. I can't remember what the price was. I'm sure it was 500 and odd. I don't want to look because I know I'll end up in one of them fence posts. I had a look. It's £570 pound per 1,000 litres. So a bit more than what I thought. And that's at the hay and straw sell point as well. We could put it through the BGA, however, that takes time. And if you noticed, I've got sort of trickle income at the minute. That's because we got nearly a full trailer's worth of manure through the BGA. You can still see some of it on the floor there. I couldn't get it all through, so that's still processing now, so it's giving us some sort of trickle income. But let's see what we get for this, and then we'll just do load after load, and I'll do that off camera. It's looking decent already. Right, 22, 24, so just over £24,000 per trailer full. We're going to have a good few trailer fulls as well. So I'll get cracking with that, and it's 11:15. We might not even get it all done today, but it doesn't matter. If it doesn't, we'll just go into the second part of December. But I wanted really to be able to get it all done today and then skip through into January, but we'll see where we end. Okay, the silage from the clamp is, well, the clamp itself is pretty much empty. I think there's about 12,000 litres left in, and that's how we're going to keep it, because we would have kept that for the cows regardless. So we'll do that. The last thing we're going to do on the video today, it's going to go over 2 episodes. We're not going to get it over 1. The last thing we're going to do though is we're going to sell this corn, because the price was actually really good. The highest price is in June, but the price plummets after a day, and the price at Mull Valley is higher than what the highest price would normally be. The cereal factory is the highest, but obviously we own that, so it isn't going to go there. Well, I tell you what, we'll start the engine first. Right, there we go. So we'll do the first one, and then I'll probably do the other 2. Will be 2? Yeah, the other 2. Sorry, the middle one I'll do off camera, and then the last one we'll do whilst recording. But you can see, I'll just stop it now. You can see the amount that we've got just from the silage alone. Where are we at? 345,000 for that silage, which is utterly immense. What I've done as well, I brought the milk truck up ready for January, so we can get that our milk sold before we end the series as well. Get as much as we can. I mean, we've still got a 300 grand loan to pay off, like. Right, just about there. We never ended up with as many cows as what I'd want. I think we've only got like 100 and odd, sort of low hundreds. Where really I wanted a lot. Right, let's see how much we get for this. So it's just over 1,500 per 1,000 litres. So, I mean, we're looking at 60 grand, aren't we? I mean, shooting up, which is fantastic. 58, so 63, 64. 64 grand there. Not bad at all. I'll go and get the next one. I'll do that off camera, and I'll be back to end the video right on the last run. Final 23,216 litres of our corn. You can see we're just under £700,000, which is unbelievable. I knew we were going to make loads. Like, the way we've sort of set up and sort of kept hold of our crops, and we've really put the graft in for the grass work as well. I knew we were going to make loads of money, and it makes it even more like gutting that we're going to be finishing up, because what we could do with 700 grand, and like I said just before we went off, I know we've got a loan of 300 grand that we'll be paying off, but even so, getting more land, getting more, not so much more productions, but maybe other sort of generators going, more cows, which is what I said we wanted to do as well. So there's another 38.5 grand there, which isn't bad at all. So today's total, we're going to end up with, I think were we just in the minus, were we like minus £500 or something like that when we started. So to say we've made this amount of money is is absolutely fantastic. And there's a few grand to come off there as well, because I spent just under 3 grand getting a wheel loader to help load all the silage because it was taking so long. Which you'll see in the next video because we'll use it again. But next video, we've got the final lot of silage that's fermenting to get rid of. We've got the silage bales to get rid of. We've got our sunflowers to sell, our milk to sell, and we've got our hops pellets to sell as well. Oh, and our cereal. So that's going to be the final episode. So we'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next one.